Woohoo!
Let's get
Welcome
this
to the
tweeted,
show.
Carter.
Okay.
Fellas. Fellas. Let's get this tweeted.
That's good. All right. YouTube's good to go. Oh, Chase. Get in this chat, ladies and gentlemen. Late show. Doesn't feel late, though. Doesn't feel late after a win. That's
I
my
feel
thought.
alive. YouTube's been tweeted, Carter. Let's blow that thing up.
All right, we'll get some more people in the chat here. Chat's popping off right now. Let's go. That's what I like
Let's
to see.
go. Come on, fellas.
Get on in here. What a game. What a game. What a game. Okay.
I need Twitter to integrate this YouTube video so it looks better. There we go. Take a sec to grab that RSS feed. All right, Carter. I got the tweets out. We're ready to go, brother.
All right. And the Twitter live is tweeted out as well. All right. We will be good to go here in about 20 seconds. Oh, man. I'm glad BYU didn't storm the court.
Me too. I don't think they should have.
Alrighty. Alrighty. You know what that means. When that thing goes away, you know it's time to start the show. Woo-hoo-hoo. You ready, Chase?
I've never been more ready all season. Let's do it. Come on.
Oh,
Come
man. All right. 3, 2, 1. We're live. We're live right now. It is already Sunday, February 22nd. We're recording late night. This is on the East Coast right now. BYU wins 79-69 over Iowa State in the Marriott Center. Number 6 team in the country. If you saw the bracket revealed today, Iowa State was the last 1 seed if the tournament started today. Doesn't matter. BYU gets the win against Iowa State. And Chase, I want to start here. There are so many things to talk about from this game. So many positives to finally talk about with this team. But number one, first and foremost, how awesome is it having AJ Deansa play at BYU and play in a BYU uniform? It is unbelievable watching this dude. 10 of 17, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 assist away from a triple-double. This dude is unbelievable. And I swear it's because people on the East Coast, majority of the country lives on the East Coast, does not stay up to watch these games. I don't know how you watch college basketball at this point and say anybody other than AJ Deansa is the number 1 pick in the draft. It is so fun watching him play for BYU. He was unfreaking believable tonight.
Unbelievable. It's some of the, like, you have players that you think of when you grow up as a sports fan that will live in your mind forever. Some are less noticeable than others, right? like, Danny Woodhead. I'll never forget that cat, right? But not a few people know him. Pats fan, got to grow up with Brady. This feels like I'm spoiled in that sense to see this kind of player here at BYU doing the stuff that he's doing. And he has reached a level, Carter, that has transcended whatever we thought, even the best case scenario of what he could be. The playmaking, the shot making, the creation, the hustle on defense, the fact he's playing all 40 minutes. We never have to go a second without seeing him out there. And this is the most impressive part, Carter. When the season was at its absolute bleakest, when we were like doing this pod and kind of grudgingly being like, man, just another tough loss. They pulled it together in the second half. They got hot, just couldn't fit. When it was at its lowest point, Richie Saunders goes out. He and Rob are asked to do everything. And to have a season going the way it does, you could have rolled over with the Richie Saunders injury. You could have done all these things. You were never supposed to come to BYU in the first place. You have no ties to this place. Blah, 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 blah. He has responded in a way that has completely elevated everything that he was doing and has made him easily the best player in college basketball in every aspect. And he's playing his best ball right now. And he doesn't take a possession off. He plays all 40. It's some of the most impressive hoops, period, I've seen at any level. The way he's responded to this season, they've asked him to do everything, and he's said, okay. And he's done everything for this team. And it's just a dang pleasure, man. I mean, we are completely spoiled. I'm having an inordinate amount of fun watching this dude rep my school and play some basketball. It's special.
Yeah. And so you said when BYU's going through the toughest part of their season, the freshman, the 18-year-old steps up like this. Just insane. It's unbelievable. Going to some other points tonight, some other positive ones. Let's stay with AJ real quick. Yeah. His defense on Momcilovic tonight was honestly, we go into this preview, we talk about Momcilovic. You have to watch out for him. BYU always gives up a ton of threes to the other opposing team's best three-point shooter. He shoots over 51% from three this season on 8 attempts per game. Unbelievable job, not just by AJ, but this entire team. The way they were fighting over screens tonight, not letting Iowa State breathe on the defensive end. And we're going to talk a lot about the offense, how that got going tonight. But once again, what do we say 1,000 times on this podcast, doing all these daggum previews this year? It starts on the defensive end tonight, and tonight was a perfect example.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you felt it from the tip. We're texting each other, and the energy was just completely different. It was a completely different looking BYU team. They brought it finally, it feels like. I know they've had like spurts of it. There's been times when they've tried to bring it. But this was different, man. And it showed in every single way. They looked tough tonight. And Flemings and Farnham couldn't believe it. They're like, usually Iowa State's the one pushing people around, being tough, grabbing rebounds. Carter, they out-rebounded Iowa State by 11 rebounds. They were grabbing offensive boards left and right. AJ, Boop, Kaba, battling down low, getting steals, playing tough defense. This is the thing that wins college basketball games. We've said it 100 times. If you've listened to the show at all, we have just talked about toughness, grit, basketball savvy, effort, heart, attitude, whatever the heck you want to call it. That is what wins basketball games. To do it against this kind of team, Iowa State, 6th in the country, and you already mentioned number 1 seed as of today. They're not going to end up being a number 1 seed when it comes tournament time, but they'll be a top 3, probably 2. To do it in this moment when the season was the bleakest is special stuff. You got to give a ton of credit to the players, a ton of credit to the coaching staff for keeping these guys locked in and bouncing back. I mean, this was the most fun I've had watching a BYU game. The Wisconsin one was great. I know they blew them out. It was, there in the Delta Center. But to just see them care, to see them give this kind of effort and pour everything into it, and then it was rewarded with an amazing performance. You beat a top team at home by 10, and it should have been a lot more. You shot absolute bricks tonight, but we don't even need to talk about that because it's a moot point.
We should talk about that because I don't care about the bricks tonight, Chase. there's two parts to that where it's one, we saw BYU before where they dropped 99 points on Baylor and hit like 4 threes in the game. I can't remember the exact number, but they got it done going and attacking the paint and getting to the free throw line. Tonight's another example. You look at the shooting stats, 7 of 25 from 3. They're 28% from 3. That's terrible. That's not great at all. But also, I don't get mad because we talked about this going into the preview. It's in the Arizona game. AJ takes 28 shots in that game. That is not winning basketball. He takes 11 less shots in this game, and the offense flowed so much better because everybody was getting involved. And if anybody's played any level of basketball, you got to have the ball in your hands at least sometimes, even if you're not shooting a bunch. But everybody's got to get involved and get going. Boskovic took 8 threes tonight. Moo Davis took 8 threes tonight. I am absolutely okay with that. That is fine. That is good. They were open almost every single time. I'm fine with open threes. You're gonna have to live with those shots, and it gets everybody involved. And you see, even when Davis or Boskovic would hit those big shots, the confidence it brings from all the other guys around him. Those are the critical plays and the critical moments that win these type of games and get you going on the defensive end. We've talked about this a ton this season. It's like when Moo knocks down a shot on the offensive end, he looks like Lou Dort on the defensive end immediately, just like that.
Immediately. And that's what happened to all these guys. Like Boskovic being aggressive. Is it always pretty? No. Does he turn it over sometimes? Sure. Yeah. You kind of,
it's a roller coaster, but
it's give and take with that cat. But at this point, this is who you're with, or we're going to ride with this guy. But it's those defensive efforts that open up, like when he does hit a 3, or when BYU gets in transition, right? AJ passes up to Moo, dunk, Boop, dunk, Bosco, dunk, and all these things lead to good offense. And it wasn't even amazing tonight. There was a lot of possessions. I didn't love the half court stuff. I give a lot of credit to Lipsy, what he was doing, hounding Rob Wright. I think Lipsy was amazing tonight. And I think they doubled pretty well. But what was working for BYU, and they mentioned on the broadcast, when they stopped just settling for threes and really just taking the open ones, they started to make them. And they started to make them because of the defensive effort, because of the transition, because of what the momentum was going. Like that stuff's so real and impacts everyone on the court. And Moo Davis, like you said, is a big example of that. I gotta shout out honestly every player on the court. First, Kaba Kid is pretty much back, and it's a beautiful sight to see. Maybe we'll never know what exactly that stretch was going on. Maybe it was injury, whatever. But they needed him tonight, and we talked about how they needed him in the last half stretch of the season. Otherwise, we don't think much could go on. He showed up in a massive, massive way. He looked like his old self, man. He was flying around. He was catching lobs. He was dunking. He was being aggressive. He had a little bit of that edge. He was getting ticked in a good way. He's completely back. And to see him be aggressive and make a huge impact on both ends of the floor was huge for BYU. Got to give credit to Moo Davis as well. I know it wasn't the best shooting night, but he played 36 minutes tonight, even after getting popped, like absolutely smoked on that fluke play where, him and Iowa State cat are going for the ball. But he put up 17 points. I know it was 3 of 8. I know it wasn't always pretty, but he stayed in it, still guarded their best players. And he needs to step up, and I think he did, and he understood the assignment. We can talk about Boop all night long. Only ended up with 10 rebounds, just 1 in that second half. But, man, every time this guy gets in the game, it's just a different feeling, and everyone feeds off of it. He grabs rebounds like it's no one's business. The best part about it, maybe not the best part's his rebounding. Well, there's something he's so underrated that you'll never show up on a stat sheet. He runs the floor so well in transition, and it's not always resulting in him getting a bucket, but the way he sprints out in front of whoever's handling the ball, and he just goes straight to the basket. That's what you're supposed to do as a big man. Just run straight to the basket, and you might get the ball. You might just play with the defenders. You might get the rebound, whatever it is. He's really the only one that's kind of doing it. Kava Kid used to. I think he said a little bit of that tonight, but no one does it as aggressive as him. He cuts to the basket on offense. Obviously, he fumbled that one pass from AJ, which was a bummer, but it was the cut that opened it anyway. Like, I know he's not refined offensively. He's still dropping balls. He's not necessarily going to hit a lot of threes for you or something like that. But just his awareness and his motor to just get to the basket and then play solid, amazing defense is changing this BYU team in real time.
Yeah, well, I was going to say on the defensive end, the way he was guarding Joshua Jefferson in those
Yeah.
critical moments at the end of the game, like there was that one, I think it was a 4 or 6 point game right there. Iowa State started getting some momentum back. Jefferson tries to back Boop down into like a 8-foot mid-range jumper right there. And Boop was just right there. Might as well have blocked the shot, affected it so much. Just the little stuff like that. He brings it every single freaking possession. And like you said, running in transition, he's going to keep dropping passes. There's still going to be the frustrating stuff on offense. That stuff will be refined as his career goes on. But like I said, like he's still making those cuts. He's still getting open for guys like AJ right there. It does suck because that pass from AJ was unbelievable down underneath. You wanted him to just grab that ball and slam it immediately. But and then Boskovic, man, stepping up tonight.
Yep.
And I think there's a lot of people, like, let's call it like it is, who they get the notification, they're watching the game, they see the starting lineups go, and they go, "Oh, I thought Boop was starting. Boskovic starting. Okay." And he came in and delivered, man. 5 of 11 and 13 points, 5 rebounds. And look, yes, did he have some silly plays? You're gonna have that with Boskovic. That's okay. But I'm totally fine with him just taking these open shots. And I think it goes to a bigger point of now that these dudes don't have such a short leash anymore and they have to be relied upon, that yes, you can get through the early rust of a game and get their feet wet a little bit. It's okay. Boskovic was not great from 3 in this game, most of the game. I think he hit his first and his last, correct? And then missed 6 in between.
The last was the dagger, though, Karter.
Exactly. So, and that's all that matters. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
They had the chance to get through that and still played them through, missing shots. It didn't matter. And credit to Mood Davis for still sticking with it, missing shots and still getting back on the defensive end. Just so many positives. And then just on the offensive end tonight, not just from the defensive side, but the second the ball was this was more so in the first half, especially, and that's why the shooting numbers were so good in the first half, is the second that ball came off the rim, they were going. You see Kevin Young whining like he's the third base coach in baseball telling him to go home. Like he was yelling to get up the court. There was so much more urgency in the half court, and you could see it just everything flows better when it's like that. When BYU was at its worst tonight is when they got stale, got stuck in a little one-on-one offense, or when they would just leave Moo out on an island and everyone's just staring at him like, okay, are you going to get into your bag, do some bag work right now? Or no, and nobody would show for him. And then Moo would get trapped into these situations because no one would come set a screen for him. No one would open up for him. They would just stand and post up at the three-point line asking for the ball. That's a whole nother discussion that's been pissing me off. But either way, just once again, ton of positives tonight.
So many positives. We talk a big complaint, right? Bench production. Only 5 points from the bench from BYU, but I don't think it was ever about bench production. It was about, can anyone else step up? Tonight it was Moo Davis. It took him a lot of shots to do it. 17 points, and Boskovic 13. Technically not bench points because he's now starting because of the injury to Richie Saunders. But here he is, man. And that's the production you need. In fact, Karter, Rob Wright, 6 points. And if I had told you 4 hours ago, hey, Rob's only going to score 6 tonight, what do you think the score of this game is?
Iowa State by 10.
I mean, at least Rob Wright only scores 6. Who else is scoring? Did AJ have 60? Like, to have other guys step up is massive. And it was all, honestly, not all, but for the most part, it was AJ, man. The gravity that he has on offense. Everyone is so terrified of his scoring presence because he's amazing. The second he gets a paint touch, man, every eyeball in the building is on him. And the way that he's able to find dudes.
Are you going to cry?
My voice broke there. Getting emotional talking about this cat. Someone mentioned in the chat, I think it was Preston, he should have had like 30 assists tonight. I mean, with the shooting that was going on, he could have easily had that triple-double, ended up with 29, 10, and 9. Should have been way higher, but his ability to play make now and find these guys. And look, Boskovic and Moo Davis and Keba Keita don't even get into this game, and they don't feel this rhythm, and they're not quite as spry on defense unless AJ's giving them those opportunities to hit those shots. And when they do, it makes all the difference. I can't say enough about this kid. 29, 10, and 9. I don't even know, man.
I think I think that's a great point because when you watch the Arizona game, yeah, he scored 35 in that game. He had 29 tonight. His 29 tonight felt so much more effortless. And that 35 he scored against Arizona felt so difficult and so hard. And that's a credit to Arizona as well. But he had to do everything was just solely on him. And then with the passing as well, we talked about this so much this season where when he was able to unlock the passing of his game and rely on others and just and let others knock down shots and get involved in the game and everything, that's when his game's fully going to unleash. And now that you're seeing it in a game like tonight, I thought this was probably my favorite AJ game this season. He was unbelievable tonight, getting others involved. And I felt like tonight was his best night this year of making others better on the court with him. And if he has that kind of mentality that he had tonight of, sharing the ball, being more unselfish, looking for others, relying on his teammates more, I mean, it opens up the floodgates of what he can be going into the NBA draft. Like, I mean, that's what turned LeBron's career. Like that is why LeBron is because of the passing. That's how he's able to score as much and be as dominant as he is. Because guess what? So many of these dudes can drop 30 points a game in the NBA, but it's that passing that takes you to the next level. And look, I know it doesn't mean I don't mean this for this to be like a crap on Darren Peterson show, because it's not. Darren Peterson's a great player, but Darren Peterson isn't making others better. He's not getting 9-10 assists in a game, triple-double type numbers in a game.
Yeah, I mean, he's barely playing. And I'll tell you what, man, he could play 40 minutes a night. I don't care. It's not about comparing the two. I know what I'm watching on the court. AJ's the best player to come up in this draft. I think he's the future of basketball. To see him do it, and you talked about the passing. It was also the rebounding, 10 rebounds, and they weren't like just stat padding, 2018 Russell Westbrook stuff. I mean, he's in the right place at the right time. He's crashing the boards from the 3-point line, offensive, defensive rebounds, all of it. And then the effort he set on the defense. We were talking about the Momcilovic stuff. Man, he was all over that cat. And he was like, you're not getting these shots off. And without them, Iowa State's severely crippled, as we saw tonight, because if you take away him and his shooting, they're kind of searching for answers. There's only so much Lipsy and Jefferson can do, man. And we probably need to spend more time on this. Tonight was maybe the best defensive game I've seen probably all year from BYU. That's recency bias. We need to go back and really compare. But it was awesome tonight. I know there was some breakdowns. 69 points to the sixth best team in the country. And to do it the way that they did it, following their game plan, like keeping them away from the 3-point line and then just playing straight up defense when they're in there, being disciplined. I thought it was incredible. And whatever run Iowa State had was more so self-inflicted on BYU's part because the offense got so stale and they started to turn the ball over a little bit rather than I never thought Iowa State ever figured anything out offensively. And that's an amazing credit to BYU, to Will Voigt, who we may be having to give some apologies to. I know it's one game, but tonight was the best defensive game plan and execution combo I think I've seen from the Cougars all season. It was really, really good, Carter.
In a night like tonight against a team like Iowa State, where we talked about in the preview how we felt like this BYU team is kind of the perfect matchup for a team like Iowa State, and how Iowa State doesn't necessarily have the best bodies to go against BYU, and BYU could take advantage of that, getting down into the paint, which we saw tonight. BYU had 40 points in the paint out of their 79. This is an example of why I would still believe in this team in a one-off game in March Madness, where you look at the bracket projections coming out and you look at BYU right now, they're hovering in that 6 seed line where they would probably end up in a 6-3 matchup against like a Gonzaga. And then if say they upset Gonzaga and then they end up in a game against like a Purdue, you can talk yourself into this BYU team still making a run like that. That's what I've kept trying to say. I texted you, Chase. I texted you Final Four odds today. Warning you.
Someone might have sprinkled. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I mean,
rumors are swirling.
This is why we said, man, like I get everyone was frustrated. Last pod, chat was feeling it, and I totally understand it. I was feeling it too. I know. Will they ever go over the hope? Will they ever get a win? This doesn't fix everything. Still plenty of season left to play. They have tough games coming up. We saw what Cincinnati did to Kansas, and UCF's no slump, and there's still plenty of games. There's time for them to let us down still. But gosh dang it, I'm just so happy they finally got it done. They played a full 40-minute basketball game. There was no slow, crappy first half. There was none of this nonsense. It was straight good hoops. This is what kind of makes me so frustrated with the rest of the season, because where was this all along? But you had the talent always. In fact, you have less talent now than when you started, Karter. But it's the effort, man. It's them buying in.
Go ahead. You can forget all that is a fun little March Madness run.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to forget it all. Don't worry. Just right now, I'm like, what? Why could we not have seen this? Again, look, they only have 7 losses now. I know, and you saw the bracket. I mean, this was a tweet going around from some people. Like 6 of their 7 losses are to these top 16 teams that were seeded. I mean, amazing teams that you're going up against. The Oklahoma State loss, different thing. But that's a frisky team and got super hot, and BYU was bad. But man, like this is who this team is, and everyone that wrote them off, I think rightfully so. Again, I'm not trying to be like, oh, because they were losing games. They lost one of their best players, the glue guy, the heart and soul of the team. Like, they still have immense talent. And with AJ playing at this level, dude, they can beat anyone any given night easily.
This is a great tweet. We talked about this. I was on Shoot the Rocks pod. Shout out. Go subscribe.
Great pod.
And we said BYU's the more desperate team in this one, and it truly showed it. Chase, how many times have we gone on these pods after losses and gone, oh, the other team had a little bit more hunger than BYU. They wanted it more and all this stuff. You felt the complete opposite tonight. You felt like BYU actually wanted it. And also, Chase, you know what's so nice about doing this pod tonight is that from now on, the rest of the season, I don't have to do the song and dance and say the same thing of, oh, BYU has failed every test they've had this season. No, they finally passed the test. You fail your driver's test 5 times. Guess what? You passed on the 6th. Here's your license. Congratulations. They finally did it.
They finally did it. Quad 1A win, statement win to a hot Iowa State team. It feels really good, man. Feels good.
Yeah,
probably.
And their resumes coming together. Like I know a lot of people
up a seed line. Yeah.
Because it's so funny because when people talk about like, oh, so BYU, they're this seed or whatever, like people associate the AP poll with what their seed line is going to be in bracketology. Could not be further from the truth. Like you see Iowa State, they were the 6th overall team in the country according to the AP poll. Bracket comes out today and they go, hey, by the way, Iowa State's the 4th best team in the country. That's what matters. The AP poll does not matter. And I think a lot of people are like, oh, BYU's going to end up in the 8-9 game or something like that. It's like, no, that BYU's fairly far away from that. They are sitting right there on the low 5, high 6 side.
I think with tonight and all the chaos that happened, I mean, what a freaking day of hoops. I think BYU is a 5 seed on Lenardi's come Monday when he does it. It could easily be 6, but they're teetering on that border right there. And I don't really see a world where they escape that unless they go on a tear here, win out, and maybe do something in the tournament. We could be talking. Or if they lose out, then we could be talking about a 7 seed. But it just feels good to finally get it done. To be vindicated for believing in this team, because we knew that the talent was here. We knew it was going to happen, and it did, man. It feels good to just be vindicated.
And if BYU wins out, they're probably going to end up being a 4 seed.
Yes, I believe so.
3 seeds too far away. They'd have to have chaos happen constantly for that to happen. But if they go on a run in the Big 12 tournament, they could jump to a 3 seed. But if they win their remaining games, which are all very winnable, especially with JT Toppin being out for Texas Tech, I know they blew the doors off Kansas State. But breaking news, Kansas State, they're already thinking Cancun. So, which is kind of weird for a college basketball team to be thinking Cancun. But for the amount of money they're getting in Manhattan, Kansas, I think they're thinking that way without their coach. So, but yeah, well, I think BYU can get to the 4 seed. I think BYU's absolute floor. If they lost out the year, 8. But if they win one more game, they're not going to play in the 8-9 game.
Yeah, I agree. It's interesting. You just start to look. This is all you needed to finally have people start to realize like this team is legit. They're good, because it was always, hey, they can't win the big one, can't win the big one, can't win the big one. All of a sudden, you're like, okay, they have a 5-6 quad one record. Okay, let's look at these losses. Man, really close one.
6-6 now.
Oh, it's not
including Iowa
updated yet.
State. Yeah.
6-6, and you go, look, what are their losses? You're like, oh, dang, really close one to UConn. I remember that one. It's Boston. Oh, really close one to Arizona. Another really close one to Arizona. Close one at Kansas. Close one to Houston. And you start to realize, like, they were in all these games. And as frustrating as it was to lose, I'm not trying to say that they're back completely, but like this was in here the whole time. And we got it.
You want to get to this real quick from Eli?
Heisey AJ beef? Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get into chats anyway. I want to celebrate with the fellas.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I mean, they're throwing a little cheap shots out there on the moving screens and everything. It was funny. It was funny.
It was funny, man. It was kind of like, it reminded me, it was the Zion clip in high school when he, like, that one, like, white kid's like clapping in his face and stuff. It wasn't exactly like that. And, you know, Heisey's a good player and stuff. I thought AJ, like, obviously smoked him. I mean, 29-10-9 is pretty good. But hey, man, you have a target on your back if you're AJ and BYU. It's been that way all season.
Yeah. Blend B said that was the best atmosphere all season. I don't think it's a coincidence we had more energy tonight. Well, the team gave them the energy and then the crowd fed off of it. I think the crowd has been waiting to explode like that all season long.
They have. Yeah, sometimes I've been a little harsh on the crowd, but they also, like, haven't seen these big wins. So to see it happen, I think it also is big heading into, you know, the next games that they're going to be playing. They get UCF again at home. I'm glad the crowd was there. Yeah, I wish we could have been there.
Chase, Hims, Blue Chew, Viagra. Nah, give me a Bosco corner 3 dagger.
Dagger. Just give me that whole AJ game. Give me the all 10 angle and just let me watch it. That's good.
Wise Gamora said if Dawson and Richie were healthy, BYU is a number 1 seed. Unfortunately, no.
No. Yeah. I mean, Richie was healthy up until a week ago. So I don't think that would change a ton. But
seeing Moo Davis yell and get pumped made me so happy. First game all season I've seen him look like he was having fun. Great call.
Great call. Yeah. And that's the difference for a lot of these guys. You know, sometimes you need to get these dudes going. You know, great coaches know how to play to their players, like, personalities and their strengths, like what gets this dude riled up and going. I also think AJ, seeing him non-basketball stuff, like the leader that he is, it's just, man, he's a teenager. It's crazy stuff, man.
Let's get to this question. I know you've been dreading this, but I think it's been on the back of your mind.
Yeah.
From Eli, is BYU better without Richie?
Yeah, the Ewing theory was going to come out as the second they won one of these games. No, I don't think they are at all. I think imagine Richie Saunders has Moo Davis's looks tonight, what he would have done and how much BYU would have won by. They would have given Richie Saunders more attention. I know it's not a complete one-to-one comparison. It's going to be on everyone's mind, but no, they're not better without Richie Saunders. He's an incredible player. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I think it's a weird thing because we're going to look back on it. And it's like, I just think Richie was maybe not used in his best ways on this team. And I'm not like, no, BYU is not better without Richie Saunders, obviously. But I just think he should have been used in more catch and shoot situations this year rather than, hey, create offense, Richie. It should have been let the defense attack AJ and AJ pass out of that to guys like Richie and Rob. And I feel like that was kind of what everybody thought was going to be the case going into this year, where it's like, okay, you know, Richie took on a huge burden last year playing with those guys last year, but they played so fast with so much movement. Jaeger was so good about getting the ball out quick and finding guys that Richie was able to, you know, show why he was, as you know, a Big 12 first team all team first team guy and everything. But on this team, you thought, okay, you know, he's going to be able to play so much. He's going to be able to have so many more open shots, and you just didn't see that throughout the year. I just think I think it was just that flow and chemistry never figured it out.
I think we'll probably look back and think you're totally right. I don't know if it was exactly the right lineup for these guys. I mean, look, they won this game without Richie. I think they win this game with Richie. I think they win by more. So that's my answer.
Yes.
They
and
would
then
have.
also,
They're better with Richie Saunders.
I think Arizona is a bit of a closer game as well, as
Yeah,
conveniently forgetting as well.
Yeah, I think that they still have stuff to figure out, and this is the first time they've won a big one in a while. I mean, it's obviously the biggest win of the season, but we've been talking about it all season, man. They had problems. They're starting to figure out slowly. It's still not perfect, but here we go. Yeah. This is a good point, though. William Glade says, but does losing Richie give AJ more freedom to take over? Seems like the change in play style without Richie is what BYU needed. It's a fair point. Like, seeing AJ and the creator that he's become because he's been forced into that role is significant. And some of it, at least, has to do with Richie Saunders' absence.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's more of just, once again, where the role players are able to step up and be more comfortable. I like AJ was still doing a lot of this. Tonight was a little bit different, obviously, the way he was zipping the ball and everything. But like AJ was still putting up these kind of numbers even with Richie Saunders. I think he's been fine with it. I just think it's the role guys now where you're playing with no pressure really at this point if you're a guy like Boskovic or Kostic at this point.
Yeah, well, I think that comment aligns with basically what we were saying, where we probably should have let AJ and Richie been the creators all along, AJ and Rob, excuse me, and let Richie play off ball. That's where he's at his best.
Yes.
And so to that point, I think there's a lot of truth in that point. I think it was a great comment. Go ahead.
Especially because he's going to be playing off ball. When he gets to the NBA, he's never going to have the ball in his hands. He's just going to be running all over the court, taking catch and shoot threes all night long.
All night long. Yeah, a really good point. This is a good one. We gotta bring it up. How about Ahmed plus 16 on the night, Carter? What do you make of that?
He was fine when he came in.
He was. Like, he played good defense.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like when he would get switched, and I thought he was great in the pick and roll coverage tonight. He was fine. Like, yeah, you're gonna look at the stat sheet and you're gonna go, oh, he had a club trillion. He had no stats. Tony Snell. Yeah, it's zeros across the board, if you're wondering, by the way. 7 minutes, but plus 16. That's what matters more. I thought he was really good on the defensive end tonight, and he wasn't asked to do much, and that's fine.
Yeah, I agree. Last thing we'll say about the Richie stuff, because I think this is a good point by Blend Beast. Our ceiling is lower without Richie, but it jump-started our potential by giving other guys more of a leash. And I think that was well said. Well said by our guy. Let's see. Go ahead.
I'm going back to the Ahmed plus minus where he was plus 16 tonight. Once again, guys, this is a reminder that plus minus is a flawed stat.
Where except for when it proves our point.
Yes, exactly. It's only a confirmation bias stat. Boop was plus 4 tonight. Kaba minus 11.
I wouldn't have thought it because I thought Kaba was really impactful for the team tonight.
Yeah.
Sometimes dudes just get subbed out when they get hot, and runs can manipulate that. Unless, of course, it's proving our point, in which case we will be all in on plus minus. This is a good point. Going to some older ones. Angela says, I love that when Iowa State made a run in the final minutes, BYU did not let them take over. And a really good point, keeping your composure. Because we're texting and we're like, uh-oh. I mean, like, we got Reggie Miller coming out, and this might be like choke of the season for BYU, and it can't happen. But that's immediately in response. They cut it to like 2. That's when AJ takes over, goes to the basket, drives, gets a bucket. Then the steal happens, the dunk and when the hype and the timeout and the momentum completely changed from that point on. And then it was a ball game from there with the Bosco corner 3. That's what good teams need to do, man, because you knew Iowa State was going to make a run. And so it was really good to see BYU fend it off.
Going to the chat right now, Chris Bond in the chat. Shout out my brother. Big 12 standings. If you look at it right now, I don't think these might be the live updated standings. I'm on their website right now. Has BYU at 8-6 as the 5 seed currently. That means they're 2 games back from the double bye in the Big 12 tournament. As of now, I'm assuming Texas Tech is going to drop a couple more BYU would have to win out and Texas Tech go 2-2 the rest of the way, with BYU winning that game in Provo. And then I think BYU could be the 5, and then Kansas would have to lose out. But I think the double bye is basically out of the question for BYU. I think they end up hovering around that 5-6 line in the Big 12 tournament and get the single bye.
Yeah, they need a lot of chaos to happen. They're 2 games back from everyone else above them at least, and obviously they're way out of the 1 spot. That's not happening. But yeah, probably game against 5 or 6 seed.
Yeah, and the game against UCF on Tuesday night will determine the head-to-head for that game, or for that tiebreaker right there. They're currently tied at 8-6 together in the conference, at 6-7 in the standings. So there's really not much variance there. It's just with the single buys, all you really care about is who you get to play in the following round. But honestly, I mean, with the injuries BYU's had this year, I really don't care too much about the Big 12 tournament, if we're going to be completely honest. I just want BYU to be healthy going into March Madness, and don't screw around on that glass court in Kansas City.
Gosh, talk about the glass court is. I mean, DJ Khaled will be there, so we're good.
Yeah, shout out DJ. Shout out my guy Zion.
Great
Duke
night for
Zion,
Karter.
Duke NBA. Duke wins over Michigan. Great for both the squads, BYU and Duke. We called the W's on both those. I got Houston, Arizona dead wrong. I thought Houston was going to be all over I thought they were going to put those guards in hell today, but they did not. They were Houston struggled. That offense is a problem going into March. But Duke, BYU, big wins.
Big wins. I mean, it's like Christmas for Karter. It's the exact opposite of last week.
Or was that 2 weeks ago with Duke, Carolina?
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah,
I'm losing track. I don't even know. Yeah, I think it's 2 weeks ago. Either way, just completely different. Just so awesome. I'm so happy. From Adam J. Kelly, here's a question. What is BYU's toughest remaining game? I think this is a great question, because with Texas Tech with no JT Toppin, to be honest, I think it's at Cincinnati.
Yeah, you asked me before today, I still would have gone with Texas Tech, but seeing what Cincinnati did at Kansas, they're trying to work their way into this bubble right side of it, and that's going to be a massive game for them. It's second to last of the season to get a quad 1A win. Maybe it'll just be quad 1. I'm not sure for them, because they're at home. But they're tough. They're nasty, and they'll get you. I know they've had like a tumultuous season. Some parts haven't looked pretty at all. But I think that is the toughest game. Going to Cincinnati, that's the second game of that double East Coast road trip. Always tricky.
Yeah, that's the only reason I say that. I mean, obviously Texas Tech is the more talented team. UCF's a really talented team too as well. Going on that weird East Coast road trip from West Virginia to Cincinnati, we saw what happened. Was it last year at Cincinnati? Yeah, BYU got the doors blown off them, I think by 20 points. That was a disaster game in February last year. And yeah, I would go with that one. Wes Miller in Cincinnati. I mean, they're playing for their lives right now. So
he's playing for his job. And they've won 4 in a row, as Nana points out.
What's interesting is, like, he still might just not be there next year. The Wes Miller situation is fascinating at Cincinnati, even if he does bring him to the tournament.
Yeah, true. Jack says toughest remaining game, Duke and the Natty. You got a point.
Yeah. Book flights to Indianapolis, fellas.
Hey, did you cancel those? Because I think you mentioned canceling some hotel rooms.
Oh no, they're still booked. I can show you.
Okay. All right. No, I believe you. I believe you.
All right. Well, let's get back to some chats, Chase. You want to pull up?
Let's get back to some chats. Yeah, everyone, fire away. This is the point where we need y'all for content purposes. Just joking. We love talking to y'all. Adam says,
"Look at that. You see that?
All right,
right there.
All right. Flex says Marriott points live on stream. Do you think AJ knows who Nate Heisey was before today's game?
I think he knew his number. I think he knew the scouting report on him. I don't think he knew who he was. Was
Heisey the one? He hit the no dip 3, right? That everyone talked about.
Yes. Which was awesome.
Maybe I didn't know. I mean, I had to ask to make sure that was him. So I didn't even know. Blend Beast, are we Are we going to be hit by a hangover next game with AJ and Rob playing 40 tonight?
This is a great question because it's kind of a situation where you look at the rest of the season. It's like, is this sustainable playing these dudes 40 minutes every single night? And I don't really worry about like them getting tired or anything. It's more of like just injury concern. Is like you just want to avoid serious injury by not overrunning these dudes. I think it helps that one, it's not like a Saturday to Monday turnaround, and also you're not traveling. Tuesdays at home against UCF. I think that helps a lot. I think they're going to be fine going into Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a good point though. It's a lot of miles, but they seem up for it. I never see them look like tired even. Like they weren't dogging it once tonight, and they played all 40 minutes. Cameron Wilson says, I won't stand for getting trounced by Jizzle James 2 games in a row. Just an unserious name, talking about Cincinnati. And then Glenn B says, if we let a dude named Jizzle beat us again, just excommunicate the team. Oh my gosh. This is a great question by our boy, Coach Franklin. He says, Chase, do you still stand by Rob as most important after tonight's game? And I'm going to go on record and say this, Karter. Congratulations, AJ Deansa. You now hold the title of best and most important player of the BYU basketball Cougars. He's just doing it all now and everything. And it's been a few weeks now that he's been both, I think.
Is Kaba fighting his way to this point? Because even in the losses, he was the most important player, because when he was struggling, so much of BYU's defense is relied upon these bigs being rim protectors. When he's on, it's a completely different story, as we saw tonight. I think he fits the billing more of the most important player. AJ's the best.
Yeah, probably in this point with Rob, but I think AJ's got both titles. Yeah, I think he's taking over. The stuff he did tonight was unbelievable. Let's see here. True or false? So from Gamora, the Big 12 is the most prepared for March Madness. I think it's absolutely true. Every night's it's insane. It's a dogfight.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to say so. And plus, a lot of these home environments are so good too. Like you watch like the ACC or I mean, even some of these Big Ten road games where it's just like half the stands are empty. No one really cares. Like I was at Wake Forest Clemson. I love Joe Coliseum and at Wake Forest, but like it was like 70% full in the lower bowl, and then 10%, if that, maybe 5% in the upper bowl. Like no one was really there. Even though Wake won, it's like you don't have those environments. And for every Utah you still have BYU, Houston, Arizona, these insane home environments. Like the Huntsman Center is really hurting the Big 12 atmospheres, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I think that whole program's hurting the Big 12, for being completely honest. But yeah, man, the top 6 to 7 teams in the Big 12 is, I mean, it's one of the best we've seen in college basketball. It's definitely up there with a lot of these guys. Let's see here. You got some more stuff. Now we're popping off. We love this. Jack says Moo Davis is the most important player. Dude unlocks everything for the offense. I'll die on that hill. In his cow suit. Jack will.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
There's arguments to be made, Jack. I'll have it on my desk Monday morning. I want 2,000 words on it.
Chase, what's your number one overreaction from tonight?
Overreaction? I'll go 2 for you. My first is that AJ Deansa is legitimately, in 10 years, he will be the best basketball player on planet Earth. And he's the future of basketball. And kids are going to have his jersey. Like he's going to reach superstardom in a few years. That's how good he is. And that's just what I thought tonight when I saw watching him. It's an overreaction. That's what he asked. But that was it. And the other one is just that, hey, man, BYU's back. I mean, I could even look, you shot straight up bricks tonight. You should have scored a whole lot more. You could have dominated Iowa State tonight, legitimately. And the fact that I really think that is because, one, you missed a lot of threes, but two, it was the defensive effort for me. Because I don't even think Iowa State I don't think they were just missing shots. I think BYU legitimately handled them in the right way. Again, they matched up well. We talked about that. But I guess basic reaction, BYU's back, man. They figured some things out, and they're going to be an absolute terror come March. No one's going to want to see these dudes.
Yeah, my overreaction is this. I still believe I texted you this earlier today. This is a second weekend team. I see this team still going to the Sweet 16, Elite 8 at this point. Just the sheer talent alone. I understand the role guys haven't been great. I think that does get developed over these final games in the regular season. But when you walk onto the court and you have Rob Wright and AJ Deansa and Kaba Keita, who's fully back, that was my other overreaction, is Kaba's fully back. But you have that kind of talent walking into a game. How many teams are going to have more talent than you, individual talent than you on the other side of the court? Very, very few. And Chase, before this game, BYU was 45-1 to go to the Final Four. They are now down to 20-1.
More than slashed in half those odds. That's all it took. All it took, one win.
All you had to do is win one game, one of these big ones. And then this was a perfect, I mean, we talked, once again, pat ourselves on the back, talked about this in the preview, but this was a perfect spot to catch Iowa State too. You're fat and happy coming off wins against Kansas and Houston like this, and then you got to travel all the way to Provo, Utah, in a game where BYU is extremely, extremely desperate to get a win. Great spot and good matchups for BYU, as we obviously saw with a 10-point win.
Big matchups. And we haven't even mentioned yet, we own the Iowa State. We are their Texas Tech. Football, basketball. We've yet to lose to them in Big 12 play and basketball. Field hockey, women's swim and dive.
I don't know about that one, though. Rutgers has our number in that one.
Rutgers does. I mean, yeah, I'm talking about Iowa State here. I mean, no one's better than Rutgers.
You're talking, it's like UConn women's basketball, like the Jordan Bulls, and then
UCLA in the 50s. Yeah.
The 70s, more 60s,
70s. Yeah, Celtics in the 60s. Yeah.
And Rutgers.
You're absolutely right.
All right, back to the chat.
Some more Moo love. As goes the Moo, so goes the game. We live and die by the Moo.
You know what I love about this stuff? If Moo continues this trend of, bringing more to the offensive end and playing this kind of elevated role with Richie out, is whoever, I can't remember who said it earlier, but you can see the positive energy from Moo. And look, you could see the body language all season long. He was not having the best time on this team, it felt like. You could see him, getting frustrated in games and like that. Winning like this can totally turn around everything, man.
100%. He's a big mood guy. But Track Dog, good call out. We did lose to Iowa State 2 years ago. Houston, ball dribbled off leg on the final play. I think that was Richie Saunders, actually. Or maybe it was Dallin Hall. I can't remember exactly who. Good call out. Way to keep us honest. But everything else, we've been winning, not in that football one. Man, you guys are killing it. Let's go. Here we go. Jack, what's the record since you took off the cow suit? We're gonna need those numbers here.
3-1.
3-1 now since the cow suit's been done. Interesting. We're getting some Kostic talk. Let's talk Kostic for a sec. Preston says, do you keep trying to get Kostic going or nah? And CJ Smith says, Kostic is almost as hard to watch as Ahmed. Saw him dribbling in that corner trap from a mile away and almost threw my remote through the TV. Carter.
So I get the frustration, but I think you do have to play him and keep playing him, and I think it's fine. I think don't let him get stuck into these corners and those traps. I was also very frustrated when that happened as well, but you got to let him play through some mistakes, get him going, because if you're going to need him at some point as this run continues, it's fine. If he's there and taking open shots, let it fly. I don't care if guys miss open shots. These guys can hit them. Eventually, they're going to fall. Let them take the shots. Let them miss some shots. It's okay. You're not going to hit everything in basketball. And just if those guys can just start hitting a few, keep them honest. Once again, we saw it tonight how it opens up the court for AJ. It was a rough night for Kostic, but I think that we're going to be talking about some nights that aren't rough for him going forward. I think you keep playing him. I think it's fine.
Well, shoot. I mean, he hit the three that effectively won the Colorado game, right? And that was a tough bucket. It's up and down. There's sometimes I like what he does with the ball, and he seems like he knows what to do with it more so than most of the guys on the team, to be completely honest with you. And then there's other times you're like, you can't dribble into a trap there, big dog. This isn't Europe. These guys are going to kill you right there. And obviously did turn the ball over. So I still a believer, and they need him. We talk about leashes. He's just kind of short. I mean, Farnham even called it out. Like if Coach wasn't feeling it, Kevin Jones was like, we're not rolling with that. And maybe he just saw the matchup he liked. Maybe it's matchup dependent, and maybe tonight was that night. But gosh, we're getting so much Moo love. The Book of Moo, man. Oh, this is awesome. Let's keep going. Sorry. Rest night for Kostic believers. Moo Man was a prop first one that we know. Did Kostic even attempt a 3 tonight? If not, what's the point of him being out there? Attempted 1. Missed it.
He went 0 for 2 from the field.
0 for 2. Yeah. I think he had a layup or something.
Yeah. And he wasn't open on any of those. Yeah. And he only played 6 minutes. So it's like, yeah, he didn't get his open looks in that time. And I'm not upset with him being yanked, and because I think other guys are stepping up in a real way tonight. And also, if Boskovic is, serviceable in games, I mean, having him on the court with that kind of size, I mean, that's a pretty nice luxury to have. So,
100%. Saved by They says the longer Kostic's leash, the better he'll play. IMO. I think that's true for pretty much everyone. You never play well when you know that one mistake leads to you riding the pine. I think it's a good point. Shrimp, what's up, brother? Says, so sounds like the Morose bus has been abandoned and is currently on fire.
It hasn't been abandoned.
It hasn't been abandoned. I have an official statement from the PR team that I'd like to read. The Morose bus is alive and doing well. It's just currently getting maintenance, and we will be taking no further questions at this time. So that's straight from PR right there. And I don't know what else to tell you, Shrimp.
Our PR team does. This is why we pay our PR team so much money.
I mean, it's our biggest expense.
It's everything. I mean, that's where we throw all our money is into the church ball PR team.
Yeah. Gamora says, will this win push BYU into the top 20? Yeah, it will.
They won't get too dinged for the Arizona loss. They'll be hovering around there, but
they'll be 20, I think. Yeah, no, you never know. Okay. Chris Bond in the chat. Can we get that Bosco love too from James? Didn't Kostic wish with a wide open layup? I mean, it was a good look, but yeah, he did.
There were a lot of missed easy shots tonight, man.
Yeah. I just think we have to have a deep yearning for Diamande to get his minutes. Apologies for all the Kostic hate. I still wouldn't hate to see some French Dom minutes.
I wouldn't either.
Jack says, you know what I want from the church ball PR team? Pictures of Spider-Man. I don't even know what he's talking about. I think it's a reference to my on my desk Monday morning joke. Coach Frank says, does AJ no longer playing power forward as much with Richie out make an impact? Good question. Carter, you want to take
I think this is a good question. Yeah, because AJ is a 3. Like, when he gets to the NBA, he's going to play the 3, it feels like. So, maybe, I mean, depending on what team he is, maybe like really long 2 guard. But yeah, I think that's a great point, because also on the defensive end, you can also, depending on matchups a little bit, like, he was playing really well tonight on Momcilovic, so I'll give him a lot of credit there. But like in some matchups in college basketball, sometimes, a lot of the times, especially, I mean, some teams in the Big 12 where you can hide them a bit on some of these threes where they're not the best shooters at times, and you can find ways to get him some rest on the defensive end. But I mean, he was full go on both ends, so it didn't matter. So
yeah, 100%. I think Adam and Andrew texted messages this at the same time, which is kind of crazy. But he said, we need to talk more about how AJ playing the 3 full time has transformed this defense. And I think that's another good point. The matching up he's been able to do, and to see his motor on both ends is special. I think there's still problems, and we saw it tonight, and I'll be negative for the first time tonight. The stupid, just posting up on the wing to try and get the ball has got to stop. And I was
saying earlier.
Yeah, I know. We kind of breezed over it, but it's got to stop, man. I mean, we talked about it in Arizona too. Like, AJ needed to be the offense, but can we just at least feign some action? Can we get him the matchup he wants? Can we run some off ball picks for him? Can he switch sides and make the defense react to something? I'm sick of them just sticking their hand out and being like, right here. that led to so many, not a ton of turnovers tonight, but a lot of opportunities that could have happened. I hated watching it. And if you're going to let AJ cook like he is, and he was, and when he got in the open court, when he gets to the top of the key, like he's dang near unstoppable, but we got to let him just get open more. I need to see some more off-ball stuff to keep him at that. And maybe at the 3, and that'll be different. I know it's hard when you don't have Richie Saunders to open the court as much, and you're looking threats. But
it's so frustrating whenever, like I said from earlier, Moo's just standing there with no ball screens. Moo is not a guy you want going one-on-one. You want him to be in ball screen actions or dribble handoffs and just going downhill. And when he's just sitting there on an island in an ISO situation, and then if he picks up his dribble, everyone's just standing there, be like, no, throw it over the top of this defender right here. It's like, get open, move for him. Do not have. Yeah. How many times did you watch tonight where it's just a sketchy pass over the top of a defender? And same thing with the out of bounds as well, where it's just, we actually ran an out of bounds play tonight, Chase.
Yeah. And that's what Blenby's just said. Let's run an actual out of bounds play. The first under the basket inbound bucket I've seen in a long time. And it was easy too. It was nice. And, because if your scout reports BYU, they're just going to lob it to the center, and then whoever inbounded it is going to come off from the corner to the wing, get the dribble handoff, and then they're going to get in their action. And that's going to be it. So it's not, it was good to see a little bit of refreshment. I can't stand that under basket stuff, but we're not going to talk about that. Got some more stuff here. CJ Smith says Kaba, Boop, and AJ on the court was so lethal tonight. Yeah, I love that lineup. I love that big absolutely. Lineup. And they just run, man. There's so much athleticism on the court. Is AJ the Yegor Demon of 2026? Yeah, he's even better. Even better than that. Chase's bro-in-law says keeping Ahmed out most of the game was a good move, especially for our defense. 27 defensive rebounds is a beautiful stat.
Well, when Kaba's on tonight like he was and back to his former self, you just don't need to play Ahmed.
There's no need
more
for
than
yep.
Yeah, play him 10 minutes and play him spot minutes here and there. That's fine, but he doesn't need to be running 20, 25 minutes when Kaba's playing like he was tonight, and Boop is rebounding like he was as well, and even Boskovic was playing like he did. So I think the minutes were fine. I think that would be a fine trend going forward, as long as Kaba's playing like his normal self.
Yeah, because I think it's good to get a rest, but like you said, I like those amount of minutes for Ahmed. I don't think he needs to not see the court at all. His body language didn't look great tonight, but it's all right. A win's a win. Shrimpy Jack says, all right, I know y'all are haters, but AJ on the Jazz running a 2-3 next year is going to go so hard. I'll tell you what, the Jazz make a ton of sense for AJ Carter. They really do.
Unfortunately. They really do. Like, because you look at the other situations, I don't want to see him begging for him and Trae Young fighting for the ball in Washington. I don't want to see any BYU player ever be a Sacramento King for the rest of the days I live on this earth. And then then you get into like the Pacers Jazz argument. Now you're cooking. The Jazz are a well-run organization. They have a good front office and everything. And then you get to put them in with that core of George. I know they're tanking.
They're disgracing basketball, Carter. They're getting fined $500,000 for disgracing the game. So.
Stop. We've all tanked a time or two. Sorry, we all can't have Jason Tatum fall into our laps.
Fall into our laps? I mean, they traded the big 3 for those picks. Get out. Those were Brooklyn's picks.
Sorry, we can't be the Boston Celtics. Everybody's tanked a time or two.
We can't be the Boston Celtics.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't care that the Jazz are tanking. They should tank.
Don't hate me, Jazz fans. I'm just messing.
They should play the Salt Lake City Stars. They should play the Idaho Stampede out there. They should not be playing their star players, and they should go get AJ in this next draft. I don't care that they're doing this. But yeah, no, I think him on the Jazz and the Pacers out of the tank teams is the best. It would be cool seeing him with Yegor in Brooklyn, but like, is that the best basketball fit necessarily? I don't totally know, but I mean, him and Yegor would be pretty sweet.
It'd be pretty sweet. I want to hear from the chat. Everyone just send in who you want AJ to go to, like, objectively. All right. I know Jazz fans.
I'll start it off.
Yeah, Carter's about to comment in here. But everyone put in who they want to see AJ go to. I want it to be realistic. Jack, he's not going to the Nuggets. And I want it to be objective. Like, I think he'd actually be really good here on this team. Right? Don't just pick your team. Okay. Cartercast podcast says Hornets. Yeah, see, those broke the two rules. Hornets are too
We're
good,
not a playoff team. No, they're a 10 seed right now.
They're going to be in the playoffs.
I don't know about that, Jim.
They're going to be in. Adam, the Spurs. It broke the rules. He would be awesome on the Spurs, actually.
AJ to Atlanta. I don't necessarily like the Atlanta fit. I think him and Jalen Johnson would be weird to fit together.
They kind of are very similar.
They both need the ball.
I mean, shoot the Rock's got the answer here. It's the Pacers. They have a really good chance too, and it'd be incredible. I mean, they'd be favorites for the East right away. Well, them and the Celtics, it'd be close. But Adam agrees. I love all these. Alex says, "Ain't no way the Jazz are getting a high enough pick. I think he should go to the Pacers." Jack, he's not going to the Nuggets. As awesome as that would be, come on.
I do not want the Mavs.
Yeah, someone said Eli says Mavs. Spurs do have the Hawks pick. Is that unprotected?
I don't know. I can find out though.
I'll be on Tankathon. You can keep going with the chat here.
Let's see here. Milwaukee, if they trade Giannis, so if they would have to get like Atlanta's Pelicans pick, basically. The problem is with Milwaukee, they're going to be so bad to where it's like, yeah, that would be cool. He goes on that team and he's dropping 35 a game and whatnot. But that's going to be a tough team for whoever ends up going there this next season, especially as a rookie. You're looking at Brooklyn, Washington, Portland, OKC. If like the Clippers fell apart, that would be no, thank you. It would just be a free throw competition every game. AJ and SGA on the same court together. Are you kidding me? Some people are saying the Carolina Panthers in the chat. We can use AJ as a wide receiver.
They sure could. And Adam was right. I mean, the Spurs have the Hawks pick, and it is unprotected. Pittsburgh Steelers. I think we're losing the plot here, fellas. I'll throw one out there that no one's thinking about. Okay, we all know the lottery's rigged. All right, if you subscribe to that theory. And you know who the NBA might want to resurrect here, Carter? The Chicago Bulls, who have been completely irrelevant outside of a couple D Rose seasons since Jordan. And what if they're like, you know what, Chicago? We're going to throw you a bone. This is an incredible draft. And let's see if this gets you guys going. I don't love the fit for AJ.
Didn't they lose their pick?
I mean, Tankathon says it is theirs. So
okay, so
that's what it looks like right now. So you can see it happening. There's going to be a lottery team.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I guess that's true. I don't like it though.
Yeah, me neither. Adam says AJ on the Kings taking 50 shots a game would be fun to watch, but they wouldn't win anything. I'd hate it if he went to the Kings. I want him to win more than I want him to just be Cam Thomas, you know?
Cam Thomas having a nice little renaissance right now.
Yeah, because he's on a losing team. He's going to look amazing. Amazing on any losing team. Shoot the Rock. Shout out our guy says whoever trades their franchise superstar to the Lakers, so Silver has to make it up by giving them.
So okay, so I'm all in on this. Let me trade LaMelo Ball to the Lakers, get him back home to LA, and then we can take AJ. Easy.
I mean, I would actually like to see him on the Hornets if you got rid of LaMelo, and also I'd need like Miles Bridges to go probably, and I'm still iffy on Brandon Miller, but Con can stay.
Con's the best player. Might be the best player in the league, if we're being honest. I mean, Chase, the amount of times I watch Hornets games and I just say I love that guy. I love him. He's perfect in every way.
I love him too.
Yeah.
I mean, you're preaching to the choir.
BYU podcast.
BYU podcast talking about Con Knipple.
He's Should we talk about where we'd want Richie to go?
Yeah, let's throw in Richie because that's a real wide open. He can go anywhere. Where do y'all want to talk about Richie? Carter, you want to go first?
I'm going to talk selfishly here. I think he'd actually fit really well in the Hornets just because of the way they move the ball and the way they spread the floor and just shoot a bunch of threes, and he would fit so perfectly in that system. I would also love to see him in Denver play off Jokic. He's the perfect player to play off Jokic. I mean, you look at Christian Brown, like it's a dream scenario. I think it's Denver, Charlotte, Golden State if they had more talent around, but like you don't know what that situation is going to be like in a year or two. So,
yeah, I like, and this is kind of just the Sam Merrill in me, but the Cavs, like I think he fits pretty well on a team where he does not have to do any ball handling whatsoever. It needs to be a good team, and I think he'd be awesome there. Alex brings up a good point. Denver would be incredible. Anyone who plays with Jokic is going to be off and running with their career. TJ Smith says Richie seems like the white guy taken in the second round who kills it on the Lakers. Austin Reeves replacement.
I just don't think he has the same ball handling as Austin Reeves and the same creation.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
I think a lot of people like to use the white guy to white guy comparison. And I'm guilty of it from time to time, but
yeah,
we're not all perfect.
Gamora says Raptors. Interesting, for sure. I'm selfishly want him to go to like a really good team. And you're just more likely to succeed that way. Right.
Yeah. Celtics
belongs in Denver, says Alex. And to Golden State, says Blend Beast. I'd love him in Boston, man. Come on.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
You want to wrap it up?
Sure. Yeah.
Anything you want? We can keep going if you want. I'm just.
No, we're good.
All right. What else do you have to bring up before we go?
It's 2 a.m. at your place, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I was cooked regardless after tonight. You think I'm cooked tonight? Think about Tuesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern tip-off, UCF. You know how after Baylor, I was sitting there doing it from the church gym or whatever. I'm gonna go play. I'm playing ball at 8:30 on Tuesday. It will be done around 10:40. I'll be home right at tip-off. It actually kind of works out great. Yeah,
perfect. Yeah, I mean, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Jack says, "Who's waking up 6 hours USA Canada?" Free bird. Hey. There's only one thing that can make this weekend truly perfect, and that is go to church, which is going to happen. We need the USA men's hockey team to win gold here and beat Canada, because that'd complete the weekend. That'd be pretty. Have you been following this at all, Carter? You been watching Olympics?
I try, and then I'll turn.
You haven't.
No, I've been watching. I was watching what's his name, Alex Ferreira, the freestyle ski thing, the half pipe. I was watching that yesterday. I've been actually watching a lot more curling than anything else. I think I've watched more curling than hockey, if we're being honest.
Well, that's the thing. Like every night they're like, hey, it's prime time. Like, here's the curling replay. And
it's
like,
kind of awesome.
Nothing else. It's pretty fun.
Curling, yeah, I've kind of gotten down with curling. Actually, I used to trash on it, but watching it recently, I'm like, this kind of rules actually. But I have not been in on the hockey. I'll probably tune in during the third period tomorrow for being honest.
Did you watch the women hockey?
No.
At least beat Canada in OT. Absolute filthy. Surely you've seen the clip.
Nope.
You're missing out. Yeah, you're missing out because it's a lot of fun.
I didn't watch women's hockey.
We need everyone invest in USA hockey tomorrow. We need all the vibes.
I'm out here trying to scout the portal for BYU, watching every college basketball game imaginable.
All right, well, this is for King and Country, Carter. This is a little bit bigger. This is about all of us.
No, it's not. The BYU men's basketball future transfer portal is much more important than women's hockey in this country.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty invested in this USA hockey thing, man. Alex says, sorry, Greg Wrubell. Canada taking a fat L tomorrow morning. And shoot the rock. Yeah, Megan Keller, absolute filth. I'll send you the clip.
Yo, shout out Megan Keller, dude.
She's nasty, dude. You don't understand.
I don't. I told you I'm not watching.
You don't understand.
So quit asking.
Women's gold medal game was goated. My office erupted at that nasty goal. Mine too. Glenn Beast is fun. Newsroom was hype.
People in the chat are saying I'm not American. Meanwhile,
Not American.
I'm sitting here grinding, watching soccer. All these. I'm sitting here watching AC Milan on Paramount Plus, seeing Christian Pulisic ball out this season, hoping he goes to Liverpool. I'm worried about the World Cup. I'm not worried about the Winter Olympics. We got that handled. I'm trying to get
Karter
figured out before 2026.
It's Canada. It's their sport. They've talked crap for decades. You don't understand.
I'm not.
I need you up and at 'em at 6 a.m. ready to watch them.
8 a.m. for me, but hockey.
I want you up at 6 anyway.
My hockey is casual Carolina Hurricanes fan. I catch about 2 to 3 regular season games a month, and then I go full playoffs, and I watch every game. Then I go to one, and then they end up disappointing me every single time. It's the same cycle every year, and it's fine.
Karter, this is bigger than any Stanley Cup game. I don't think you understand. This is versus Canada for gold. This is big. This is the biggest hockey game you will watch in your life up until this point.
I said third period. I will watch the third. I will turn on the third period. I'm going to sleep in. Chase, the second this podcast ends, I got to get the audio up, and then I'm going to sit there. I'm going to watch the press conference, and then I'm going to be, for some reason, not be able to sleep, and then I'll wake up too late, and I'll be like, oh, sweet, hockey's on, and turn on the third period starts. That's how it's going to roll.
Casual. You're breaking Jack's heart here.
I am a casual. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, you could be casual, but this is once in 4 years. I'm really disappointed. Andrew agrees with you. I'm disappointed in you too, Andrew. This is massive. This is for the country. Come on.
Chase, all I'm worried about is the World Cup. World Cup is all that's on my mind. You win the World Cup, home soil. That's all I care about.
Yeah, that's not happening. This is the final game. All right.
About the World Cup. Christian Pulisic's balling this year.
Jack says he's calling you when the game starts.
He is going to call me. He's going to wake me up. He's going to wake me up, isn't he? Everyone's saying Karter just watch the. Gosh dang! I'm going to get bullied into watching this freaking
Watch the game. Come on.
All right, fine. I'll wake up at 7:50, turn on the game, and I'll stay up. I'll drink it. I have an energy drink in the fridge. I'll smash it right before the freaking puck drop, and we'll watch the game.
There we go.
All right. Is everyone happy now? I get bullied in this chat. I get bullied in this chat just to watch this game. I might even root for Canada at this point. I'm just kidding.
Whoa! Hey!
I'm no Greg Wrubell. Ew. I like Greg, but
hey, if USA wins, I need everyone in the chat to be in Greg Wrubell's mentions. We need it.
He's gonna be, why is everyone tagging church ball? And he's like,
suck it, Greg.
All right, we got to get out of here. If I'm watching a hockey game here in like 6 hours or less than 6 hours, let's hop out.
All right, but I'm enjoying this hockey talk, man. I can't wait. I can't wait.
The problem is now I'm feeding into it because everyone's saying bullying works right now.
Everyone's going, we did it and we won.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be sitting there and just stewing, and then but then it's gonna be like 2 minutes in, and I'm gonna be like, all right, let's freaking go. Let's screw Canada.
Oh, you're gonna feel it, dude. There's nothing more American than scoring a goal against the country that freaking invented the sport. It's unbelievable.
I mean, that's why I'm worried about the World Cup, man. You got to be locked in.
I mean, the World Cup will be amazing too. I can't wait for that. But this is here and now. This is big time.
I got March, Matt. It's a busy time, Chase. It's a busy time. Conference.
You have nothing else going on Sunday at 8 a.m., Karter.
Yeah, it's called sleep. For once in my life, I need to sleep. I don't sleep, Chase. I'm getting like 4 hours a night. You can see it. I mean, okay, last thing, and then we're actually getting off this. She's probably going to hear this. I'm getting jabs from my own mother. She'll watch the show and she goes, ugh, he needs to wear makeup before these things. I'm like, first off, makeup? I'm not wearing makeup. I'm like, first off, Marcia, that is the one. Yeah, I'm like, I apparently gotta fix crap under my eyes because I look tired all the time. I gotta keep up with college basketball, NBA. I gotta keep up with all this crap. I don't sleep.
Flamed. I mean,
Yeah.
dang.
I know.
CJ Andy, didn't a Canadian invent basketball? Exactly. We own them, right?
Yeah.
Bang. And did he really?
American
Or did I mean, it was American soil, right?
Yeah.
Fieldhouse.
Shout out the
original
YMCA.
rules are there.
See, and this is what I like to see in here. Hardest working man in college hoops. Meanwhile, I'm clipping stuff off for other entities and everything. I'm having to work. It's nonstop.
He's working hard.
But
he's working hard. But hey,
Carter, and we do sleep in May. We do sleep in May. Chase, I'm actually like, I'm nervous what's going to happen to me in the month of March. I will not sleep. There are going to be a couple 24-hour days.
Yeah, it's
going to be awesome. I can't.
It's going to be crazy.
I'm going to be watching like North Carolina A&T in the conference tournament being on a Wednesday night. Like, this is awesome.
Today was awesome. The college basketball was awesome.
I am at that point in college basketball, though, where it's after this weekend, the next 2 weeks really do drag on because you're so excited about conference tournaments and March Madness around the corner. Where these last 2 weeks of the regular season, you're like, we kind of know these teams. We know who they are. I'm ready for Selection Sunday.
Yeah. The good thing is, like, there's still some really, really good matchups.
And for the BYU sake of this, like, also BYU is kind of in its way a new team, and they need these games right. Like, it's like if Richie were to get hurt, like, luckily they have games in front of them to turn it around and get comfortable playing in this new lineup without Richie Saunders. So that's big for them, and that's something that I am looking forward to. But a lot of these games, it's like I know who Duke is at this point. I know who Michigan. I know what Arizona, Houston, most of these top teams are at this point in college basketball. Not a lot is going to shock you to close the season. So,
very good point. But also, point about BYU too. Go ahead.
Another point from Glenn Beast in the chat said, time to watch some random conference tournaments at 2 p.m. ESPN Plus. You guys better not screw me over this year. I'm sick of every time I log into that app, I have to click sign in, all this bull crap. All of a sudden, I don't have an ESPN Plus subscription, even though you're taking money out of my bank account every single month. Don't screw around during conference tournament time, because when I get a text when there's 3 minutes left, tie ball game in the MEAC, I better be able to turn it on seamlessly.
I mean, why wouldn't you be watching anyway?
Because I wouldn't be watching anyways.
I know, I'm just messing.
You ready for You ready for Nottingham Forest Liverpool?
Up Liverpool. Nah, I'm a big Man U fan. Big Man U. Up Man U. We need that cat to cut his hair. Took a big step back.
But yeah, I do. To your brother-in-law's comment, this was the best day of the college basketball season so far.
Yeah, I just wanted to give him a little bit of a shout out. You know, I've been thinking, Carter, I need to pick a Premier League team. I might let chat choose for me.
The chat,
not Sunderland. Tonight, but some other. No, okay. No. They gotta be pretty. I'm thinking Aston Villa. What do we think? What do we think, chat?
You're buying high.
Okay, so we don't love that. I mean, I should just go Chelsea.
I think you let the chat stew on it and figure it out on Tuesday, late night.
Chat.
That's a late night discussion.
They're gonna be mean to me though.
No, they won't. They'll be nice. People are gonna want to. We got Premier League fans in the chat all over.
All right,
they're gonna want to.
James says Chelsea. I mean, do I just go Chelsea, or is that just boring?
I think that's fine. I don't think that's awful. I think the awful ones would be Man U, Man City, Arsenal.
But I mean, Arsenal.
The sucky part is I became a Liverpool fan like before Klopp, before Brendan Rodgers, in the Rafa Benitez era, and then you go through the miserable times, and then when Liverpool became good under Jurgen Klopp, everyone's like, "Oh, you're a bandwagon." It's like, well, no, I've been a Liverpool fan my entire life. So,
well, I think I like Aston Villa because my wife plays for them, Carter, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a good. She might be on the move though.
Ooh, to where? I'll buy on that team.
I hope Liverpool. I am a big fan of Morgan Rogers, both of them.
Oh, then I might just follow Morgan around wherever he goes, because I'm a big fan of both of them too. I might have to be how it is. I'm just kidding.
Let's wrap this up. I gotta
that's
wake up
only
for a
way to
freaking hockey game tomorrow. Let's wrap this up. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for an hour and a half on this freaking show. Oh, hold up. Now you're just going to keep me here. If you're going to talk about Liverpool, Luis Suarez.
All right.
I'm going to be watching 2014 Liverpool compilations after this, being like, man, Sturridge, Suarez, Sterling, Gerrard. Anyhow, Teenage Mutant Martin Skirtle. Anyhow, make sure to subscribe. Field of 68 Podcast Network YouTube channel. Church Ball Pod. We're getting into the thick of it, fellas. We got our UCF preview coming out on Monday. Tune into that. We will be live, as always, right after the game. I was there. I texted Jack. Rumors are swirling that we might have not gone live on Tuesday night. False. Those are all false rumors. I want those cleared now. We have a statement from
PR. We have a statement from PR real quick.
Yeah.
There were never rumors. We will be going live Tuesday night. That's all they had to say. So
we will be going live. Yeah. We will be going live after UCF and every game for this season. So make sure to tune in, subscribe, and you guys know the drill by now. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see y'all next time.